Before we get into this video, be sure to subscribe and leave a comment saying I subscribed with the belly icon on. We will try to personally reply to your comment. I stole my dead sister's money from a drawer in my dad's room. I was 11 when my eldest sister was killed in a traffic accident in front of me and my middle sister. This came less than 2 years after my mother had died. I later found out my mother died by suicide. My dad had remarried and my stepmother was a mere 10 years older than me. Although we had started well, we no longer had a good relationship. Stealing money at home was my way of getting what I thought was rightfully mine. Me and my surviving sister were used as slave labor at home. We didn't receive an allowance or pocket money, yet were expected to do all the chores, and to the standard the queen would expect: washing, ironing, cleaning both their cars, vacuuming, doing the dishes, etc. Other than make dinner for my dad, my stepmother didn't lift a finger around the house, it seemed, and my dad certainly didn't. My sister stole food, I stole money. We were both beaten black and blue for it by our dad, but we still did it. One day while looking for money in my dad and stepmother's bedroom, I opened a drawer and inside was an envelope with my dead sister's name on it. It also said the envelope contained something like 23 British pounds. It was from the hospital and was part of the contents of her purse when she died. I knew it was wrong, but I thought, what the hell? So I took a couple of pounds. Later, I took more and more. Eventually, all the money was gone, yet I left the envelope in the drawer. Well, obviously the theft was discovered. I was beaten black and blue, and green and red and purple for it. As an adult, I guess I understand the anger that comes from that disrespect. However, I think I was probably only 12 years old by then. I'm now 47 years old. I don't care that I stole money from my dad all the time till I went into foster care aged 15. As a side note, when I went into foster care and ever since in my life, I have never stolen anything ever again. I just feel so ashamed of stealing that money. The money that had been in my dead sister's purse. I have donated money to charity many times over the years. I've also spent many years volunteering in a charity shop and donated unwanted goods to them to sell. I don't know if I can really make up for the 23 British pounds that had been in my dead sister's purse. No matter what I do, practically, there's a side of me that does say the money should have been spent or donated to a charity at the time anyway. Is there any point in holding on to it? But I'm haunted by it, more than 35 years later. When I was 10, I bullied a boy and I worry that I may have cost him his life. For context, I am now 17 years old and gay. When I bullied this kid, we were both around 9-10 and I didn't know I was gay at the time. I was about 12 when I realized. Truthfully, I can't remember everything I did to him. Luckily it was never physical, but it was definitely emotional and verbal bullying, which is still terrible and just as harmful. I was really cruel to him. I would call him names, corner him with some of my other friends, and verbally attack him for being gay when we had no ID. It was just that he wasn't like a stereotypical boy. It pains me to say this because looking back, I realize he was such a kind and funny kid. He had dyslexia, I think, but he was still very smart and tried hard in class. About 2 years after the bullying had stopped, I realized I was gay. It was the hardest thing I've been through, and it was a very long struggle of acceptance and being comfortable with my sexuality. I suffered several mental health conditions and it put a dark cloud over my adolescent years, and it's only now that I am finally seeing the light at the end of all of that. I was bullied verbally, in a similar way to how I bullied him, but not as aggressive and relentless. I deserved it, and I deserve more than just the bullying I got. As a 17-year-old, I am a very kind and compassionate person. If you ask anyone around me, they would be shocked and wouldn't believe you if you said that I was a bully when I was younger. I have tried countless times to find him on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, etc., and I've had no luck. I wish I could find him, apologies, hug him and tell him how sorry I am for what I put him through. I know how important mental health is, My struggles have affected my studying, and this boy already has a disadvantage. So my bullying no doubt made his life socially, internally and academically challenging and painful. I actually think we would make good friends. Based on who he was back in junior school, we would be quite alike nowadays. I feel terrible for what I did. It often keeps me up at night. I cry about the pain I put him through and the struggles I had. Damaged me in so many ways, but I inflicted more damage upon him than I had inflicted upon me. So I can't imagine what he went through. Sometimes I worry that he is no longer with us. I worry that he was bullied even more after we went to separate schools, because as disgusting as it is to say, he is the type of kid that gets bullied. He is the quiet, different, and feminine kid that makes him an easy target, and I worry that if he has taken his life, that I have played a role in that, and I could never forgive myself if I had. I doubt I will ever find him and get the chance to apologize, but I will keep trying. Wherever you are, and whoever you are now, I am so sorry for what I put you through. I hope one day I can try to repay you for the damage I caused. Red Heart. Thank you for watching Entertain Me TV, and see you in our next video.